Hey guys, Max Sebag here with another verbal tutorial. And so far we have come a long way, and last time we sent a basic request and got a basic response back to Plasmaverse 2. Now we're gonna make our own website and we're gonna program our own response, and we're gonna experiment with what the trigger is sending. So in the editor manual we can see that the request sends information that the website we're communicating with can use to send something cool back or do something cool. So for example, in my parkour map, I send the user login to tell the website who completed the map, so I can then save that, for example. So first of all, I'm gonna be using ASP.NET, and this is made with Visual Studio. So if you just download Visual Studio 2017 Community, that is free. So you can go ahead and install that. And once you have installed that, it's a huge program, by the way. You create a new project. I'm sorry, you don't open it, you create a new project. And we are selecting ASP.NET.web application and web API. While the project is setting up, I want to make a disclaimer that we're not going to touch Plasmaverse 2 at all in this video. And this is because we are only going to test the kind of handling response and that kind of thing. And since we don't have the website online, Plasmaverse cannot communicate with that. So we will put our website online in later tutorials, and I will be using Azure, which is a service that Microsoft provides, and you can get a free trial. So it costs money to use, like, for long periods of time. And so you might ask, so how are we supposed to test if our website behaves like we want it to uh, to behave? Like, because what we're trying to do is handle the post information that Plasmaverse 2 sends in, and that is where a program called Postman. This is also Chrome extension, Chrome program app, and this can pretend to send requests to the website to just basically just test your website. So we're not going to be touching Plasmaverse 2 in this tutorial. This is pure code, pure website only. Okay, so now we got our project set up, and if we go under Solution Explorer and under Controllers, we see Home Controller, and that is the script that will kind of take care of the index page of our website. So this will basically have this kind of method, we call this our function, will run once someone goes into our index page of our website. I'm going to do some changes to the code. I'm going to change this to API controller, so we extend the method to API controller because I'm just more used to working this way. And yeah, I honestly I'm not very confident in my MVC skills or REST API skills or I know programming, but I know just barely enough just to get in this framework just to get things rolling. And we are not going to use that code. We are use something called let's see, this. This is our syntax, and we are going to get basic get let's see, money response. First, I'm just messing around here. So just test set the syntax right, and then return okay. Awesome. So remember in the previous tutorial we made a request from mocky.io, and that basically returns a OK message with the with 200, and my internet is super slow, but this is not really important, but you know, this OK message, that's where basically what we're saying here is just return OK. And I'm gonna say this to get money, and the routes is the kind of sublink to the main index. So if our website is like www.bananas.com, and then it says get money, when this website here runs or this URL runs, that means we're gonna perform everything that's in here. Okay. So now we're just gonna test this very simple by going here and testing in Google Chrome. And then we publish the then we published our website, and it says cannot find resource. We get an error, but that's fine. And if we say get money, we get a different kind of error, but that now we're going to use Postman, and we're going to build a request. So select requests, request name, testing, doesn't matter. We add that to the collection. Now what we're going to do is pretend like we are sending something from Plazma Burst 2. So now we send in the, we copy the URL here. This is the URL. And we're also going to go into body and select this format here. This is what Plazma Burst 2 uses. And then we're going to go map ID to the key. And this doesn't matter because we're not going to use it. But actually before that, let's just send something, because that's what we're testing anyway. And when we send the request, we get awesome as JSON. So that's basically how, that is a very simple website that gives back a very simple response. Okay, so now we are going to do something more complicated. And in the previously I was tempted to add something in the body here, which was supposed to like mimic what we're sending in here, and now we're just gonna handle that. So what we're going to do is we are going to, in the parameter of this method, I'm going to pass. Oh, sorry. I'm running the code still. Oops. And in the parameter, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to call this for. I'm sorry. Why are you updating now? Let's call this for PB2 data. That is a bad class name. PB data. And such a bad name. And we're gonna make the class in a new file. So what this says is whatever that is in the post body, we will convert that into a object of PB2 data. Now this has to contain the information we're giving it. So we are just going to have some properties. I'm going to paste this in here. And these properties are map ID, UID, and login. Now these get automatically set based on their name. Now let's return awesome. Thanks for the request. And then we're gonna say plus pb2 data dot user login. Cool. Now I'm gonna run this. Okay, cool. We're back here. We are now running our website locally, and now I'm just gonna send in the body here with map ID, user UID, and user login, and set the values here. And now let's send the requests and see what happens. And we get a response. Awesome, thanks for the request, Max Seabag. So if we were to send this request in Plazma verse 2, we would get this response. And now it's time to actually try this in Plazma verse 2. And in order to do that, we have to publish the website online. So we have to publish web application here. And like I said earlier, you need Azure or something else. You can get a free trial if you go on their website. So I have you can choose a free trial. I have Microsoft Imagine, which is a program they are with my school. So I get that for free. And when you set up Azure, I'm not going to go through that. You can figure that on your own. But what you have to do in Azure is you have to make a research group, and when you have done that, you can then select one and then click OK. And then there we go, and then we can publish. Actually, that is kind of risky because I'm overriding my previous website, so I'm going to select the other one. Yes, publish. Cool. Okay, Cool. So now I have successfully published my website online, and it's called mtpp2.azurewebsite.net, and we can then go to get money, was it? This shows that error. I can now go into Postman, see if it works here. And awesome, it works. So now here comes the moment of truth. Let's see if it actually works in Plasma verse 2. So we edit our request to the website here, empty pp2 azure website.get money, and we are good to go. So let's try. So the response is website response, and let's press the button. Response, awesome, thanks for the yeah, so it was kind of funny because what I did was um, um, Plasma Burst 2 actually read request as a variable name, which I didn't know that was actually possible until now. So now I learned something new. I have to really think about how I can use this to my own good. But you saw that it worked, and that was the point. So I will see you in the next video where we will discuss even you can then extract even more complicated things about the character.